In this very breaking story, the alleged assassin of the United Healthcare CEO in New York City has been identified and captured at a Pennsylvania McDonald's. And I have the breakdown for you next, including his affinity for Ted Kaczynski, concerns posted by his friends on social media, and his manifesto that says, among other things, these parasites had it coming. The alleged murderer of Brian Thompson has been ID'd as Luigi Mangione, and like Kaczynski, aka the Unabomber, he has radical political and societal views and was well educated, having graduated from an Ivy League school. And I have more about what was found on social media in his Kaczynski-like dark thoughts that appeared in his manifesto in just a minute, but first, here's what we know about the arrest.
We have breaking news. Law enforcement sources tell ABC News police in Pennsylvania are questioning a man in connection to the murder of United Healthcare's CEO.
Earlier this morning in Altoona, Pennsylvania, members of the Altoona Police Department arrested Luigi Mangione, a 26-year-old male, on firearms charges. At this time, he is believed to be our person of interest in the brazen targeted murder of Brian Thompson, CEO of United Healthcare, last Wednesday in Midtown Manhattan. The suspect was in a McDonald's and was recognized by an employee who then called local police. Responding officers questioned the suspect, who was acting suspiciously and was carrying multiple fraudulent IDs as well as a U.S. passport. Upon further investigation, officers recovered a firearm on his person as well as a suppressor, both consistent with the weapon used in the murder. They also recovered clothing, including a mask consistent with those worn by our wanted individual. Also recovered was a fraudulent New Jersey ID, matching the ID our suspect used to check into his New York City hostel before the shooting incident. Additionally, officers recovered a handwritten document that speaks to both his motivation and mindset. NYPD detectives are en route to Pennsylvania as we seek to interview the subject further. And we must also acknowledge the instrumental role the media and the public played in this case. The images that we shared with the public were spread far and wide, and the tips we received led to the recovery of crucial evidence. We should never underestimate the power of the public to be our eyes and our ears in these investigations. This is the third time in 3 weeks that a member of the public has seen something and said something and done something that led to a high-profile arrest.
And now for more about the alleged shooter. The New York Post reports that Mangione had a hatred for the medical community stemming from treatment of his family. Online obituaries show he lost a grandmother in 2013 and a grandfather in 2017, and that the state of the country's government and economy have been on his mind for years. And they shared more about his manifesto. The manifesto consisted of 2.5 handwritten pages that mirrored the quotes that Mangione posted on his Goodreads account from wacky anti-establishment Ted Kaczynski, the infamous Unabomber who terrorized the country for nearly 2 decades by mailing deadly bombs before he was nabbed in 1996, sources say. Imagine a society that subjects people to conditions that make them terribly unhappy, then gives them the drugs to take away their unhappiness, Kaczynski wrote at one point in a quote liked by Mangione. Science fiction. It is already happening to some extent in our own society. Instead of removing the conditions that make people depressed, modern society gives them antidepressant drugs. In effect, antidepressants are a means of modifying an individual's internal state in such a way as to enable him to tolerate social conditions that he would otherwise find intolerable, the manifesto said. And with regards to more public social media, CBS is reporting that friends appeared concerned in the months leading up to Mangione's arrest. Posts tagging him on the platform X indicated some were trying to make contact with him. "Nobody has heard from you in months," one post from October read. Another post from July read, "I don't know if you're okay or just in a super isolated place and have no service, but I haven't heard from you in months." And let's continue and close with this report from CBS as they provide more background in why his own social media posts may be a breadcrumb trail to his Kaczynski-like state of mind about the environment.
The local police came quickly, apprehended him, brought him in for questioning. What did they find? A ghost gun with a silencer, a gun capable of firing a 9mm round. That's all we can report at this time. In addition to that ghost gun, also a fake New Jersey ID, the same one that the person of interest used to check into the hostel. Also, a 3-page handwritten manifesto listing grievances against the healthcare industry. All of this, when you pool this together with the monopoly money found in the backpack, the words deny, delay, and depose written on the bullet casings that were recovered at the scene, all this points to a motive, a person angry about the healthcare insurance industry. This is a young man here, 26 years old, a Penn graduate. That's the University of Pennsylvania, an Ivy League school. His most recent address points to Hawaii. If you look at his social media, he was posting lots of pictures of the Hawaii landscape and animals and the like. We are drilling down on his potential anti-corporate mentality and those kind of more extreme views that would push him to carry this out.